Sometimes people witness things that just cannot be believed without video evidence. Here with you, as always, is the Viral Tales channel. In this video, I'll show you some of the best moments filmed on a drone. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. I hope you enjoy what we've got for you today. The first time you see a huge plane dumping a bunch of fish into the water, everyone is bound to be confused. What the hell is going on? But in fact, there is a reasonable and more than logical explanation. The same way people support fish population in the seas and lakes. By the way, do you think this is the right thing to do? In case some of your friends think a full tiger isn't so dangerous, show them this video. A group of researchers decided to film tigers up close using a drone to do so, counting on the animals not being able to catch up with it. The pilot flew as close as possible to the creatures and shot some stunning footage, until at one point something happened that clearly none of the camera crew expected. The tigers teamed up and threw the drone to the ground, finishing it off with a couple of bites with their long teeth. Some more stunning footage was captured by this drone flying over a sunny beach somewhere in Europe. A curious situation occurred that day. The whale got separated from its family and in some strange way found itself all alone on the beach. However, the large creature didn't behave outrageously or attack people. It only swam gently around them and, finding its way back, swam away quickly. Luckily, a quadcopter managed to capture this beauty from a bird's-eye view. I wonder what it was like for those people to realize that a real whale was swimming just a few feet away. The next video was filmed in Australia. Well, as we all know, Australia is a place with an insanely diverse and unique fauna, and this drone video in general proves it. Have you ever wanted to see what it would be like to be eaten by a crocodile? Well, this drone would love to show you. And now I suggest you all say thank you to this group of scientists who dared to go to an active volcano and capture some amazing footage for us. There's a reason these people took a lot of flying machines with them at once. No matter how you slice it, you never know if the lava will hit the drone. Still, in their own words, they lost about 3 drones to the highest temperatures. But those devices that remained intact allowed them to get some amazing footage of the real heartbeat of our Earth, as well as building a 3D picture of the terrain. You have to admit, it's a fascinating sight. What do you think of this? Smoke from some huge stove from a fire, or maybe a swarm of bees? Those who thought the second scenario were closer to the correct answer. In fact, we are faced with an extremely rare phenomenon called bat migration. As we're used to hearing, these creatures are only active at night. However, as this footage shows, sometimes they can migrate during daylight as well. This is most likely during the time between summer and winter, when the bats are looking for a warmer place. Many people might think this footage was taken from a sci-fi movie or something, but in fact, it is very real. This is a hole in Lake Conchas in Portugal. Tourists call it the Glory Hole. I guess you can see why. But don't rush to think that this is some kind of natural hole in the ground. In fact, it's actually much simpler than that. The hole admired by tourists is an intake reservoir 157 feet wide and 15 feet deep. This is where water is discharged when a certain level in the body of water is reached. Some drones capture images that you wouldn't believe without seeing these photos and videos. Here's an example of a strange white creature that stands on 2 legs, seems to have no arms, and at the same time has a head with eyes. What was it? Was it a living creature? Was it real or was it fake? All these questions cannot be answered unequivocally. However, I hope you can leave a comment below the video, and together, maybe we'll try to figure out what it could be. In spring, with the arrival of birds, or in autumn, when they fly away to warmer climes, you can see thousands of birds gather in flocks and make magical patterns in the sky. They amaze with their synchronicity, dynamism, speed, and mesmerizing pirouettes. This amazing natural phenomenon is called a murmuration. In one way or another, it is characteristic of many bird species. And this is footage from a drone that quite by chance found an abandoned house in a deep forest near a river. I'm sure you'd agree that from the outside it looks like you've walked into some kind of nightmare. The house is too creepy, and this atmosphere around it only maintains the horrible state and feeling. Anyway, if I was near such a building, I would do everything in my power to get as far away from there as fast as possible. I'm sorry, dear ghosts, but I've seen too many horror movies, and I understand what can happen in such places. The next video was also shot by drone and again in the woods. And what did you think? It's once again of a scary and dangerous bit of nature. You guys, stop going into the woods on your own. I think it's pretty clear to everyone that it's dangerous to go out there. You don't believe me? Then take a look at the next video. Yes, and you know, friends, a drone is the kind of a thing that can not only be a guide to a beautiful third-person world, but also an aid in discovering things that are unlikely to be seen or known by ordinary people. For example, one Google Maps user accidentally stumbled across this footage. It shows someone having committed a horrific crime and dragging a body across the pier and is now trying to dump it into the water. The police were immediately alerted, but when they arrived on the scene and found out who it really was, it turned out to be much more innocuous. In fact, it was a simple man and his dog, and the footprints had such a strange coloring due to a camera effect. Apparently, dolphins have some kind of local Olympics or something like that too, because how else would you explain this footage? I don't understand. The drone camera caught a pod of dolphins constantly jumping out of the water and rushing forward somewhere. Surprisingly, there were a lot of creatures, and either it was some kind of mass migration or perhaps a real competition. What do you think? What was it? Dragons are some of the most popular mythical creatures in the world. Myths and legends about these monsters can be found in all cultures, from America and Europe to India and China. That's why this footage has become extremely popular. People from Mexico stumbled upon a real dragon. It remains perfectly preserved. Now that makes me a little wary. Such a high-quality footage of the dragon is the reason why I think this video is a fake. However, a lot of people, on the contrary, don't see it as a fake at all. Okay, friends, I think that's all I've got for you today. This was footage that no one would have believed if it hadn't been captured on camera by a drone. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see something like this in the future, then please post your comments, like it, and subscribe to the Viral Tales channel. And now watch one of our previous videos that has already appeared on your screens. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.